Trump had to announce to cut into DeSantis' momentum. It's like a sports game. And the fundraising is very important. And the governor of Florida is making big strides and is now a credible candidate for the presidency. So Donald Trump had to try to blunt that as soon as possible. And that's why he made the announcement. Now, did I like what I heard? I don't analyze the news and like or dislike. I thought the first 20 minutes of the speech was effective. Trump went down what he did, in his opinion, well in his first term. And if you're an honest person, you have to know that he handled the American economy very well while he was president. The other stuff is debatable, but the economy is not.
Well, it's
and
all
then
debatable.
He attacked.
It's all debatable.
No, it's not. Cuomo, stats are stats. Real wages were up, inflation was down. Stats are stats, not debatable. Well, and then he went after Biden, which is
hold on a second,
which is like me going after you. Okay, it's not hard.
Listen, it's not hard. It's also not effective very often. What I'm saying is this.
Sometimes.
Listen, it's about, and again, it's not about alternative facts. It's about what you want to focus on. His big move was the tax cut, okay? It didn't pay for itself.
Yeah.
And it was not a middle-class tax cut, okay? He cut checks in that economy at the beginning during the pandemic, and he wanted to cut more, which is what Biden did, which you can argue was not good for the economy. But the pandemic is what the big change factor was. And the idea that we had an economy we'd never seen, he had deficits that we hadn't seen for a long time either. So
Trump would have won easily if COVID didn't hit because real wages was
if he had managed
unemployment was down and inflation was down.
Yes,
all of
inflation was down.
COVID wrecked it. So look,
I know, but hold on a second, Bill. Again, it wrecked it because he allowed it to wreck it. Had he owned it,
whatever it may be, what
matters.
If no COVID, he would have been reelected. So you and Starwald are the mistake that you guys make, not just here on NewsNation, but every other thing,
except you,
is that you concentrate on theory more than problem solving. So Trump is running as a problem solver. I can solve the border. I can solve inflation. I can get violent crime under control. That's what he's running on. He's not running on bringing everybody together or these macroeconomic theories of who did what during the COVID bailout. He's not doing that. He's saying that when I was president, I was effective. That 20 minutes of the speech was very strong. And Biden, as I said, is an easy target. But then he rambles on going into the world of Dion. Remember Dion? Dion and the Belmonts, Cuomo?
Yes.
Do you remember them?
Yes.
Okay, the wanderer, I call him. So Trump did wanders for 40 minutes.
Wandered around and around and around and around and around.
Yeah. And I'm going, this is not how you're going to win. And that's my analysis. So Trump is a very narrow pathway. And I did the math just for you, Cuomo.
Thank you.
There are 210 electoral votes that Trump cannot win. Okay, no matter what. He's not going to win California, New York, Illinois, on and on. He can win 219. But then there are 109 electoral votes up for grabs and that Trump has to win if he wants to be president. Dicey. Because then you're going into Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Colorado, states that don't necessarily like him right now. So it's a math equation. But here's the wild card. Things in America are going to get a lot worse in the next 2 years because President Biden is incompetent. And that's going to help Trump. Now, DeSantis can't do anything for a year. He's got to govern Florida. He can't announce tomorrow he's running for president. So Trump has an advantage of time. And the final thing I want to tell you, because you're behaving very well tonight, and I appreciate that, is that Trump is doing exactly
what... You begged me to punch you in the nose, by the way. Continue. Go ahead.
Well, we said this one time. I don't think you're quick enough to get that punch, but Trump is doing what Teddy Roosevelt did in 1912, okay? Teddy Roosevelt wanted to be president again because he thought the Republican Taft was a Nimrod, okay? Was an incompetent boob. So Teddy ran on a populist ticket, the Bull Moose Party.
Right.
What ultimately happened is that Taft and Teddy destroyed each other, which could absolutely happen here for the Republican Party, and then Woodrow Wilson, a very weak candidate, walked into the presidency.
Okay.
History repeating itself.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.